some of the decks that they already play control, like their mage or their warlock. One thing's for certain
Spicy.
is yeah.
They already start with their own anything can happen up against Druid.
I'm pretty sure G2 Esports is open Paladin like every week, at least 6 out of the 7. But one thing is again, G2 loves to be greedy with their deck choices. So banning out some of the decks that punish greed can work out for them, but they do have to keep in mind that they have to deal with Warrior and Shaman. So the ultimate greed punishers. But Tempo Storm starting off with the Druid, probably Jade.
Well, yeah, you know, Jade is definitely most likely candidate here because of Ragnaros. If you just had Emperor and the Gadgetzan Auctioneer, you can make a case that it could be a Malygos combo. But, you know, we've seen some Jade Druids just go heavy greed in this format because you can ban out the most aggressive decks. With Aya Blackpaw and Jade Blossom in the hand, it's almost certainly the case. Now, I know that a lot of people consider Jade Druid to be a control deck. Maybe a slower mid-range variant is also a better way to slot it. It's just like a slow deck in general. Mm-hmm. However, don't be like too complacent if you're the anything can happen Paladin. You can still get punished heavily by Jade Druids because you just can't clear a lot of the big threats. And if there's like a 6/6 and a 7/7 on the board, is that a board that you want to use a quality Consecrate or a Pyromancer quality? It's not exactly the most the ideal board. So
it's about finding a balance between when to go in with your removals. Finja is sort of the key that unlocks the locked door to Murloc Paradise.
Eloquently put, TJ.
Thank you so much.
Let's go ahead and listen to Life Coach talk about Hearthstone for the first time since a few days ago.
So what about Blue Jill or Hero Power? Can we just elaborate that very quickly?
Why the Blue Gill for after the Finja to be like more powerful?
I like it with the Finja. Like if we coin Finja at 5 and we get like War Leaders out or we need additional damage, the Blue Jill might be nice.
You mean, yeah, okay, then we can basically Peacekeeper and Blue Jill, right? And the Blue Jill will also be powered then.
Yeah, or maybe we need to extra damage to kill a minion, and otherwise Finja doesn't get the battle cry.
So you agree with the Hero Power, right?
Yeah, Hero Power. Was a more difficult Hero Power than their Hero Power.
No. And the better one. They might also not have a drop if they cannot innovate now.
They might have Blossom, yeah.
But it was still better than to play the Acolyte. Yeah, it was still good. Because otherwise we would have just traded, we would have gotten one more card, but we would have also burned 1 mana. And the coin. And the early Finja. I think the early Finja is so important, like, so important.
The earlier, yeah, the better.
It's super important. It's like, I think this one turn just...
Why are they thinking?
Just off future turns. Like, they're not thinking of this turn, just of future turns.
Yeah, or innovate Wild Growth.
Yeah, innovate Hero Power, like, yeah.
No. Innovate Wild Growth, they might, but I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Then they drew it. I mean, they have to then.
Maybe.
So we always Acolyte here, right?
Yeah. And
I like Acolyte and attack phase.
Don't you like to trade? Because... actually, no.
No,
even if they swipe, we are okay with it, right?
No, they need to trade.
If they swipe or Acolyte at their 5 turn, like, it's
yeah,
great.
then we have Finja into the 1-up. So Acolyte in the hit phase, right?
Yeah, hit phase. Okay. Show the dominance.
It's one of the cards they kept, right? They have one more card.
No, they're sure they Acolyte.
Yeah, they still have the 2 keeps.
Okay, then it's I really put them on True Server.
So we can nourish into Aya, innervate Wrath next turn.
We should innovate Wrath this turn, right?
Okay, wait.
Or we can do it this turn, yeah.
One sec. What if they have Finja? Is this really then better or worse? If they want to coin out the Finja next turn. They can't kill the Finja. They can't kill the Zurdrake with the Finja.
Yeah, then the Drake's definitely better.
You guys agree with Drake then?
Yeah, Drake's good.
They kept 2 cards, right? They might have both. What is better here when they have True Silver and Finger? I mean, we can't really do much about Finger, right? I mean, we drew now the Elephant, which is pretty good. So we have the Jade follow-ups for the Aya. Question is, how much do we need the Azure Drakes per pass swipe?
All right, so looks like things are off to a little bit of a slow start because this first game is always very pivotal to set the tone for the series. It's not, of course, anything series-defining. The Jade Druid in general has always been a deck that's had like middling success, not exactly the crucial. And of course, Paladin's always been on the low end of impact. However, they're really making sure to navigate around Finja turns very carefully because it is available to G2's hand. And Tempo Storm hesitated because they were about to play that Nourish instantly, but then they said Azure Drake instead. So what do you think, DJ?
Well, you see Tempo Storm. One thing that they always do is talk about mulligan keeps. It's something that Justsaiyan in particular is really good at keeping track of. And you know, if Paladin keeps 2 cards, it's against Druid. There's really not that many cards that you keep against Druid. Finja is an auto keep, and a lot of times True Silver is also an auto keep. Acolyte of Pain can be a keep in this matchup, especially since there's small Jades. And Justsaiyan realized that Acolyte of Pain was drawn. So you can pretty much put them on having either Finja or True Silver. It's just, what do you think is the best to play around? And the more you delay Finja, the better it is for you. So I feel like if you play Azure Drake into Aya, it works out better for you in the long run because they spend a whole turn developing True Silver, and then you get to get on the board faster than they get Finja. So I definitely like the line of play that they went for based off of the mulligan keeps from G2 Esports.
Ooh, interesting. G2 has a bunch of plays available to them now, with Emperor Thorsan being drawn. However, every turn that they pass up Finja means another turn where they're losing the ability to seize a significant tempo with Finja. So I do think that getting it onto the board is pretty important. Now Tempo Storm comes up on a really crucial turn. Wow, imagine if they just start pushing damage. Let's go ahead and tune into what Tempo's thinking coming up on this pivotal moment of the game.
Swipe next turn.
Yeah, this gives us the strongest possible board. The worst would be some equality shenanigans, I suppose. We are pressuring them hard here. How many heal cards did they play? Did they play Iron Knight?
Yeah.
Iron Knights, probably Rag. They also played the 3-drop, right? That guy. It's kind of like semi-heal. 1 forbidden healing then the most. Or at most.
And go face with the Morlocks. And they'll have like a 1-1 Aya, and we have Aldor. We still have the Finja, and we get the 2 Morlocks.
I don't see directly. How do you feel of? You think it's better than now attack, get everything, and then Eldor.
I like the Consecration, Aldor.
Consecration, then what? You Consecration, you kill it with a True Silver, you attack with a Ninja, and then you either the Aya.
Yeah, I like that too.
Yeah.
Do it fast, and do the right order.
Yeah, of course. I like it because it leaves them with a very, very bad board.
Yeah, I like it too more. I didn't saw it directly.
Okay, now I go face with a Bluegill.
Yeah.
This looks okay.
That's super good, yeah.
Equality. And we have another Bluegill in our hand.
It's better than playing a Wicker Flame here. It's better than a Wicker Flame.
That's really good. I like it very much.
I'm thinking if Wicker Flame was an option here, maybe over the Eldor, but nah.
Instead of Elder, you mean?
Nah. It's like the Aya will still do something here trading, I guess.
And we can hero power trade the Aya into the...
And Wycrow.
Actually, no, we have to. Yeah, it's just awkward because of the Murloc War Leader.
I mean, the free. Do we care about Aldo surviving? Can set up full mana in Nourish next turn. Have a 4/4 on the board against this 3/2.
What's the benefit of swipe and wild growth? We nourish the next turn. Do we use the wild growth this turn or no?
I think so, yeah.
So what are we doing? We
You have
swipe?
more plays.
Swipe the Murloc War Leader.
Like, we wanna proc the Aya, that's the thing.
I kind of like double swipe.
But we wanna proc the Aya, so it's kinda like
Alright.
a way through.
Are we using the wild growth, yes or no?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's fine.
it makes our hand much more flexible.
Yeah, we can get a 5-drop.
Like we can
Double
nourish
Drake, or we
swipe
still have another Drake.
and do stuff. We can just do more stuff. Yeah, we still have like another wild growth for cycling.
Interesting.
Yeah, Wild Growth at 8 mana, it only gets value for 1 turn, essentially. It gives him 1 power turn, and it forgoes a draw later on, potentially multiple draws with Gadgetzan Auctioneer. So a little bit interesting that they feel like they want 10 mana next turn specifically, as opposed to, you know, say double swiping there, or even doing the play that they made and holding on to Wild Growth and floating 2 mana if they were going to just wanted to hold on to one of the swipes. So just an interesting line of play from Templestorm.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. You know, I am slightly concerned about the lack of draws that they have beyond the Nourish, but of course Nourish could always just pick up. Nourish makes you feel a lot more comfortable with stuff.
Now I'm sure they wish they had that Wild Growth.
Maybe yes and no. I mean, they would have 4 mana this turn, so they wouldn't. I guess
They'd be able to Jade Blossom and the next turn go off with Gadgetzan, with Jade Idol, and Wild Growth.
Yeah, you're right there. I was thinking that if they wanted to utilize 5 mana plays like before, because it felt like they had several in their deck that they were aiming for. So if they're playing the Druid Claw version, which I don't think they are since they're playing Ragnaros, then you can justify doing that, because then playing Druid the Claw plus Nourish is, you know, definitely a viable line. This is a position that they're going to be uncomfortable in. If their opponent has Tyrion or Ragnaros Lightlord, they're going to be in a little bit of a defensive position, and that's not what they want to. That's not where they want to be. So let's go ahead and listen into the team once again as they come up on that turn 8.
Play it for 2 mana and Emperor. Trade. Video for 2 mana Emperor. Or is that like we just give up
What
the
I'm
board?
thinking too. I kind of like it.
Oh, really?
Double trade and Solemn Vigil.
Wait. Why don't we just go face and Emperor and Hero Power? What's the problem behind that?
We
Yeah,
get this
maybe
card
that's better.
discounted.
No.
That's
I
also
actually
good.
like that more. I like that more because if they then play VAR, we have the equality with Blue Jewel. We will get a good vigil this game.
Okay, okay, I can see that.
It might be as a Drake swipe, like a spell damage second swipe can be. But they played 1 Drake, they played 1 swipe, so them having
can
the
also- What we could do is also we could play Sorrison, Blue Jill, and trade 3 to end Blue Jill if you want that more.
Nah.
I think that's better against Swipe. I don't see why we need the Blue Jill.
I do it.
Actually, yeah, I would do that, yeah. No, do the Hero Power. Okay,
I already played the Blue Gill.
okay.
You like this more?
I think
I don't know, it's fine.
But why do you do it over the True Silver then?
We have to gadget. Ult first.
They don't have the equality since they got the true silver. Can just go anything next turn.
Auctioneer, Solemn Vigil, and Ivory Knight.
No,
That's
I'm
good
not
enough.
sure about it. Don't like it.
But
How
also
about
just Auctioneer.
how about just killing the Auctioneer Eldar Rack?
Yeah, that's what I was gonna
Like
say.
I don't want
That's
to
the
video for 3. I think.
I like this very much, yeah. They also just showed the dude. What is the dude? They just showed the Malch. Yeah, okay. Let's go.
line. Seems good. You get a clean heal.
Yeah, I mean, our life is probably not the issue. Yeah, that's pretty good, our life.
The equality. That's like if we find any way for equality to connect. Like they cannot even play with their lives anymore too much. They are.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying.
we need to be careful at them overloading the board with Jade.
They will also play around anything now. Like they want to try to play around 12 damage from anything. I don't know if they even can, but they will try.
We only have.
Well, I don't even know if Templestorm has the means to play around anything at the moment. But we'll see. They have the potential to Brand plus Jade Behemoth plus Jade Idol. It seems like a little bit of an overextension on the board, but at this point, I don't know if they can afford to not play all their stuff, because if they Quality is just going to lose them the game anyway. If a quality consecration comes out, they just lose. So
Yeah, precisely. I think this is the only push that Tempo Storm has, and they can't play around anyfin, and there is no anyfin. And let's see how much damage does G2 have right now at their disposal. They can just push 11 directly to the face. Unless I'm missing something here. Perhaps they could Solemn Vigil draw after they equality and then pick up... did they use both True Silvers? I think they did.
they use both True Silvers, but they still have 2 consecrations left. If they just Solemn Vigil now.
One consecration. They used one earlier.
Oh, okay. Well, yeah, I guess that, yeah.
So
and
they're
while
out of range.
While Pyromancer is...
Could Ivory Knight do that?
No.
I think they could pick up Blessing of Might if they equality'd Ivory Knight and then did something.
Ooh, second equality. No way to activate it.
Yeah, that's a little awkward.
Yeah, especially since now they can't really clear. So if they equality and try and push, then they're staring at so much damage. 7, 7, 8, 8, and 9, 9 with no way to deal with those.
Yeah.
Well, they can deal with them, but it would involve them training their minions.
Man, they fished really hard for Consecration or
Yeah.
a Pyromancer. And they don't have it, so they're going to have to use this. The equality sequencing is really nice, so that way they guarantee heal to their own face. But you can't deny that G2's in an awkward spot. And Tempo Storm also knows that there's no anyfin and Brand stayed alive. So if Nourish can land onto a Jade Spirit, that board is going to get massive.
Yeah. Or they could draw 2 cards with Azure Drake. But let's go and listen to Temple Storm, see what they're thinking about here.
I guess we double draw with it.
Yeah, we double draw with it. It's a nourish anyway.
Yeah, true. Do we need a swipe? Can we clear the first wave of Murlocs? Probably not, right? What we could do is also Wrath and trade the 1/1 into the rack. We don't have to swipe necessarily.
We want to cycle the Wrath, though.
But then the thing is that we could nourish here then. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, okay.
But then you would nourish first.
We could just sacrifice the brand at this point.
Oh, you like something? Okay.
I mean, we're still safe at 14, so I think we just generate the nourish, right?
Good draw.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to find taunts. Do we have taunts?
No, we have none left.
No war? Oh, okay. The thing is, we expect them to... We kind of have to set up... It's so difficult to win from this position, right? If they have anything. So I really don't know.
We just have to hope both anythins are like bottom 10.
To the right, the Barnes now. We didn't have a Doomsayer yet.
I would die for the
Tyrion.
knight first.
He can do Tyrion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what do you
T,
want to do?
Acolyte,
what do
Pyromancer,
you-
and 2 Doomsayers.
I already knight first. So what do you want to do? No, what? No. Be Barnes
Yeah.
first.
Why?
Because of Pyro, right? Or not?
Do we ever want equality?
No, probably not. Yeah, okay, then Ivory Knight first is okay. Yeah.
Hammer of Wrath? And kill
On
the
the
7-1?
On the 7-1.
Hammer
Yeah,
of
we-
Wrath, 7-1. Yeah, I like it.
I like it too. We really want now just something for the equality.
Okay, that's good.
I hope it's good enough.
Well, what? It's good enough. Yeah, why don't you think it's good enough?
4 Murlocs die, 5 Murlocs die.
I'm a little scared how much they're gonna play now.
For wild growth.
Okay.
Can we
They
really
used
play
an
around second
equality?
equality, though? I mean, we're all
Okay,
in, I think.
They were missing the equality enabler. Do you think they... Yeah, I mean...
We have to win next turn with Rag. We have to hope they don't have the board clear here.
Do we go for
Go
idol?
all in with both
Wait,
Jade, I
wait.
think.
Do we go for idol?
I mean, we can idle no matter what. It's
Yeah, we don't have to hero power.
Yeah, the hero part doesn't do anything.
That's even better.
Maybe.
So Mark of the
Keep
Lotus...
the Drake alive. Get the Mark of Lotus, we keep the Drake alive.
Oh yeah, definitely Mark of the Lotus. It's like +5, +5.
Pretty much comes down to does he have the board clear? Because now anything doesn't even have enough power to clear, enough power to keep him alive. I would say. Just double Jade Spirit, Mark of Lotus,
All
Drake,
in,
Drake.
Oh my god, guys.
I need Pyromancer.
Can we
or
please
Consecrate.
get something for this equality? Oh my god. Okay, so we have Barnes, but we still have 2 Doomsayers. We have Tyrion in the deck. Oh, come on. Do we Vigil here?
If we vigil, we have to pick up Consecration or Pyromancer.
It's 3 out of 8, man.
And then we have, if we don't pick it, we have to like Barnes and try to get Pyromancer. I think that's the only way we can.
That's fair, right? We do that.
We do that. We have to. Yeah.
Come on.
I didn't get it.
Nine, that's... Hey, okay, yeah, then Barnes.
Barnes can get
we have-
Tyrion or Pyromancer or Doomsayer.
Yeah, but we need the Pyro here, the 50-50 or whatever it is.
I have to go for it, right?
Yeah, you have to.
Natürlich. Hey.
Oh.
Das ist so blöd, das ist dumm. Okay. Ja, okay, cool. Ja. Ja, gut, sure. Awesome.
Man, I know exactly what the roughly, especially like Mulligan stuff. Oh, it's crazy.
I am done calling this match for counter.
No, they drew the nuts, dude. They drew the 26.7%.
Yeah, but
Ninja.
Finch is just it's too scary now. It's like
But it beats everything. But it's only 26%. It's the best you can get in Hearthstone right now, percentage-wise. But like, if they have it, they have it. Who cares? And we still beat it, which is insane.
Good job. Do this, boys. One step at a time.